As reported, Ukraine has reignited one of its most iconic weapons campaigns, unleashing a wave of Bayraktar drone strikes after systematically dismantling Russia's air defenses. With the skies cleared and the battlefield exposed, the return of these drones has already cost Russia hundreds of troops and naval vessels. The Bayraktar drone, once a symbol of Ukraine's resilience in the early months of the war, is experiencing a resurgence, says Euromaidan Press media outlet. As you may remember, earlier strikes by Bayraktar drones also cleared the way for Ukrainian special forces raids on Russian-controlled spits on the Kherson coast. These renewed strikes demonstrate not only the return of the deadly drone, but also the systematic clearing of Russian air defenses that had once forced it into near inactivity. This resurgence is inseparable from Ukraine's recent campaign to dismantle Russian air defense networks in Crimea as strikes, confirmed by released footage, eliminated a 91N6E radar from an S-400 system, a Kasta 2E2 radar near Yevpatoria, and a Podlyot system near Novofedorivka. Ukrainian forces also hit Nebo SVU, Podlyot K1 and 96L6E radars tied to S-400 batteries, as well as a Russian BK-16 landing craft. Further operations destroyed a Utes-T radar and a 96L6AP radar from another S-400 battery. Ultimately, a raid on Saky airbase destroyed an S-300 radar, with each of these precision strikes, often executed with drones, stripping away Russia's ability to monitor and intercept hostile aircraft. Without these radars, expensive air defense launchers are rendered blind, and with each passing week, the protective shield over Crimea weakens further, Euromaidan Press recalls. This methodical air defense suppression is paving the way for a renewed Bayraktar campaign and a glorious comeback. In the war's early phase, the drone was a star performer, taking out Russian armor and artillery before defenses adapted. But once Russia thickened its air defense umbrella, the drone's large radar signature made it an easy target, leading to a drastic reduction in its use. Conditions have now changed, as Ukraine has gained the upper hand by degrading Russian radar coverage, while also launching domestic productions of Bayraktars with Turkish cooperation. This combination ensures Kiev has both the tools and the freedom to deploy them at scale once more. Ukraine is also moving toward full independence in arming its Bayraktar drones. At a recent exhibition attended by President Volodymyr Zelenski, the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Ukrainian engineers unveiled a new guided aerial bomb resembling Turkey's MAM-L, but featuring distinct features and produced via 3D printing, says Euromaidan Press. The small, smart munition is equipped with a rocket engine and laser guidance system and has already been tested in combat. By leveraging additive manufacturing, Ukraine can bypass bottlenecks in foreign supply chains and ensure a steady flow of weapons tailored to its drones. This innovation, paired with the Bayraktar's proven track record, could allow Ukraine to sustain a persistent campaign against Russian forces, striking boats, vehicles and fortified positions with precision. Overall, the re-emergence of Bayraktar drones is a direct result of months of systematic strikes, dismantling Russia's air defense network across Crimea. With radars neutralized and launchers degraded, the skies are once again open for the Bayraktar to hunt. Euromaidan Press says, now equipped with both Turkish and Ukrainian-made precision munitions, the drones can operate with renewed effectiveness, with recent strikes likely only the beginning. The resurgence will support Ukraine's broader strategy in the Black Sea, enabling naval drones, special forces raids, and even potential strikes deeper into Crimea.
Russia has announced plans to strengthen its border with Finland by constructing new fortifications and barriers. The initiative, ordered by Russian leader Vladimir Putin, was confirmed by Deputy Chairman of Russia's Security Council Dmitry Medvedev during a visit to the Leningrad region. According to the Moscow Times, Medvedev stated that Russia must increase the reliability of border protection in response to Finland's membership in NATO. He claimed that construction is already underway, with walls and other barriers being built along the frontier. Medvedev also warned that Moscow must prepare for what he described as potential unfriendly acts from Finland, now a full member of the alliance. "We will in any case prepare for what has changed, and in our relations too. Because we cannot ignore the fact that Finland is currently a member of the North Atlantic Alliance," Medvedev said. "Walls and barriers are being built. We need to increase the reliability of the protection of the state border," he added. The official also pointed to what he called increased military activity near Russia's borders, mentioning the Baltic states, Poland, and Norway. Speaking after his inspection of a border crossing at Svetogorsk, Medvedev said that Finland's accession to NATO had predetermined changes in Russia's military approaches to border arrangements. The announcement comes shortly after the opening of a new NATO Regional Land Forces Command Center in Mikkeli, Finland, located just 140 kilometers from the Russian border. The headquarters, which began operations on September 1st, will initially host around 10 officers, with numbers expected to grow to 50. It falls under the oversight of NATO's Norfolk Command in the United States and will coordinate Allied land forces in Northern Europe, including joint planning and exercises. Finland formally joined NATO in April 2023, ending decades of military neutrality in response to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Sweden completed its accession in 2024. As a result, NATO's land border with Russia more than doubled, stretching over 1,300 kilometers. Last month, Helsinki also announced plans to fortify its border with Russia by constructing a 200-kilometer fence, expected to be completed by the end of 2026.